This is another common pitfall that we see a lot of people do, is that they see the trends and the algorithms pushing certain types of content or certain ideas, and they just kind of jump on the bandwagon, and all of their content becomes copycat content. Whereas it's very clear that from your perspective, you had a system and you thought about something more deeply than I'd ever seen anyone else think about. And you were almost writing to correct a deficiency in the information online. And that comes from a very different place. How would you advise someone who is chasing the Instagram hamster wheel, trying to do all the different kind of trending stuff and just rehashing the same information that they see other coaches and trainers posting online?
Yeah, I think it's a little of both. You have to a certain extent, create what the market wants. Right? It's really funny. You'll listen to all these interviews, and half the people are saying, no, you need to construct your tweets in a certain way and have Instagram posts and YouTube videos a certain way to catch the algorithm and all these things. And then the other half of experts are saying, no, 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 just ignore all that. Just do what your heart says. Follow your passions, and success will come. I mean, obviously, it's some of both. Right? Those 2 points are the two ends of an extreme spectrum, and it's a balance of the two, right? Like I really rode Twitter. Twitter has been my kind of social media platform of choice almost the entire time, and that worked for me because it fit my skills and my personality and my temperament. I like these little clever, they're almost like jokes, these little one-liners where you're just trying to like get a reaction. It's a little provocation, or it's a little insight, or it's a little fortune cookie, kind of sentence. But I would say you have to match it to your personality. Like my wife, for example, she tried Twitter, she tried writing these big blog posts. She kept trying to do what I do. And she was like, oh, it's not working. She has this business around helping people get into grad school and get scholarships and fellowships. And then she discovered YouTube, and she's done incredibly well on YouTube because she has a much more vivacious personality than I do. She can just get on video and talk. She doesn't even need a script, and it does fantastically well. And that is what matches who she is. And so I would say it's a little bit of both, and you kind of sort of, it's like a pendulum. There will be periods where you're optimizing, where you're like tweaking the tweets and the Instagram posts and the Facebook posts and all these different things. And then there's other periods where you really, like you said, there were periods where I was just going down rabbit holes, following obsessions. When you have an obsession, run after that thing with everything you have, because that's not going to last very long. And so I'd write these long, 10, 20, 30 part series on my blog, tens of thousands of words, which, by the way, goes against every single piece of blogging advice you will ever hear. Everyone says, oh, you need a catchy, headline, and then keep it very short and have it full of images and other graphics. I had no images, no graphics, was writing entire books about very obscure, complex topics. So just goes to show that sometimes you can do the exact opposite of the advice that everyone says and be very successful.
Yeah, you had a North Star, and it wasn't about playing any kind of game. It was just like, I've got a gift that I need to get out into the world. And I very much agree with, you need to pick the platform that matches your temperament. Otherwise, you're kind of fighting uphill. And then there's also the thing about if you're looking at people who are gaining mad reach by doing dances and like pointing at words on TikTok, and that's not your character, you're kind of trapping yourself, because you then end up with even best case scenario, let's say it goes well and you gain 5,000 followers, then what? You've got 5,000 followers that are going to be disengaged because that's not who you are, or you're going to be exhausted every time you try and make content.